Right guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Today we look at Jason Kelce, centre for the Eagles. Number 37 on the list of the top 100 NFL players in 2023. And if there's one man on the Eagles offensive side of the ball that owes this man a beer, it's Jalen Hurts. Without further ado, let's read Jason Kelce's Wikipedia page, just a few stats, bit of inside information if we can find it. Let's watch the video and then let's put him in a rugby team. Being that he's the centre, being that he's quite happy with being surrounded by two other big boppers and then two more, I feel like he could quite possibly be a really good fit for hooker, the hooker position, number 2. But all of that and more will be revealed. Sit tight and let's get into the video. Okay, he's 6'3". I thought he was about 6'5", which would have been just that little bit too tall to pack down in the front row of the scrum. But being that he's 6'3", 295, 35 years of age, November 5th, 1987 he was born, played college football at Cincinnati from 2006 to 2010, got drafted in the 6th round of the 2011 draft with pick number 191. He's been an Eagle ever since. He's a 1-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time first team All-Pro participant, including both the years of 2021 and 2022, 6-time Pro Bowler, including 2019, 20, 21, and 22. So, you know, age is just a number for this guy. He's aging like fine wine. He's playing the best football of his career at the back end of it. And that, my friends, is not surprising. These guys, these linemen, they really do start to coming to their own when they're put in a position of responsibility, when they become the captain of the line, you know what I mean? When they've been in the team, been in the league for so many years, they've seen it all before, and then they can focus on just fine-tuning, you know what I mean? Well, that's how I see it anyway. Either way, 4.89 for the 40-yard dash, 30.5 inches on the vertical, 9'2" on the broad jump. He's been listed at the combine at 6'2" and 5/8 of an inch and 280 pounds. And, you know, being that size and running a 40-yard dash in under 5 seconds, he can move. So I do remember seeing this actually. He did consider retirement at the ripe old age of 35, but he did re-sign with the Eagles on a 1-year contract on March 15th, 2023. And being that he's been the starting centre for the team for the last 12 years, to get him just for that one last season, possibly more, but I'm sure the fans were super, super happy. You know, you've got Jason Kelce in the middle. You've got Lane Johnson on the right. You've got Jordan Mailata on the left. I mean, the question is, what else do you need? What do you want? What else do you want? Anyway, I don't have his stats here. He is a centre. His job is to work together with his line, with his offensive line, protect the quarterback at all costs. And so let's just get into the video.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for your help.
Like I said, Jalen Hurts. If it wasn't for Jason Kelce, would Hurts be the player he is today?
He's the ageless wonder. He's one of those guys you can't really watch film on and try to emulate yourself because there's just certain things he's doing that you can't do.
Listen to the music. Listen to the background.
The man, the myth, the legend. Kelce, I mean, he's that guy.
But he's also, you know, a scrappy guy.
Damn, there's been a fair few Eagles players on this list, hasn't there?
And he's willing to get in there and make every play a dog.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, you make the block. Okay. Look at the position of the body. Look at the way he is utilizing his size. Can you imagine the kind of force, the kind of pressure that this linebacker would be under at this very moment?
And that's what I like about Jason.
Hurts takes it across the 25, 30.
Oh my God, he doesn't give up. He just keeps...
But Kelce
Thank God he didn't give up. The ball was stripped. No one else is even within the vicinity except for Jason Kelce. He does not give up.
was right there.
He's the fastest center, so I don't want to be on just one of those quick reels of saying, oh, he's the fastest, but he is. Like, he gets out there and flies.
You know, you don't see that very often where you have someone who's...
Yeah, this is the kind of play I recognize. This is the kind of play that comes to mind when I see the name Jason Kelce.
Up with the running back as an offensive lineman. He's also...
You know, getting upfield, rolling out left or right and getting upfield and making those blocks downfield, which, you know, as a running back, you got to love.
Big old beard. You know, he's probably one of the most athletic people, you know, and he's at center.
Hurts is on a run and score! Kelce runs that little kick-out block, and it just opens the Red Sea.
I don't
Bang.
think any other centers can do what Kelce
You won't see a more clean QB run to the end zone than that.
does. In the run game, I mean, there's lots of great centers that can do that, but there's nobody like Kelce in the screen game.
Look at that line. That gives me goosebumps. Good luck penetrating that line. Good fucking luck.
Center, Jason Kelce. Watch him hide a little bit.
Okay.
Get a block, sustain.
Okay. Way to stay patient.
Springs got her for the touchdown.
You get these young guns out here that might do it for 1 or 2 years. You try doing it for 12 years. Kelce is...
And when it's coming from Cameron Hayward, you know, that demands respect. He knows exactly what it's like to do it for 12 years.
Is the best center in our game.
Get that seal block. Great job, Jason Kelce. Run him out of the building.
He is by far the best in the league. He's done it at a high level now for 12 years. He has a special body. He can move like a tight end, like his brother. I give him credit. Jason, you're more athletic than Travis. They're able to pull him.
Well, coming from a fellow center, I mean.
He can do the dirty work in the trenches.
Way to have a big battle within a single snap, but still come out on top. There's one guy that I really want to focus on that I hope and pray that he's on the list. I mean, if he's not, I'll be disappointed. But the lower we get in numbers, I mean, the less and less of a chance he's got of making the list. It's Jordan Mailata.
He's a special breed for centers.
Man, I see him power guys up the ball. He plays with great technique and gets to the
Okay, puts him down and then rolls him over? That's domination.
second level, and he's usually taking those linebackers for a ride.
Boom!
The ability to displace a defensive lineman who's, on paper is so much bigger than he is. He's just a remarkable football player that's so much fun to watch.
You telling me that there's linemen who are so much bigger than him? I mean, he's 6'3", 295. You can't get much bigger than that.
He the only one I've seen get Dexter Lawrence out of there.
The Eagles score. Kelce.
Well, look, I mean, Dexter Lawrence, I'm pretty sure they're referring to number 97. He does look a good 50 pounds heavier, so I guess on paper, yeah.
Beautiful piece of work.
The best players that I've been around, one common denominator is, they're all hungry to get better, but also all think that they're the best person on the field. If you're going to be great, you kind of got to have that mindset.
Kelce.
Look at that.
Unbelievable.
Look at that.
It's the 1-2 at the end of the day. He has more that he wants to accomplish here, and I think that's what continues to drive him. And that's the most beautiful thing about it.
Who do you think is...
Oh, that was a beautiful play, all right. Okay. All right, so Jason Kelce, I did hear that he's begun his own podcast, and, I like the way he talks. He sounds, he does sound educated, and he's been there. He's been there since 2011, coming in as a 6th round pick, working his way up to starting centre and just never letting off the gas through 12 seasons. It's stuff of legend, and he is indeed a Philly legend. Along with Eagles teammates Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata, Kelce collaborated on the Christmas album A Philly Special Christmas, which was released in December 22. Johnson, Mailata, and Kelce, the three musketeers, the three brutes in the middle, combining for an extracurricular activity off of the football field. You love to hear it. Either way, Jason Kelce, 6'3", 300 pounds, runs a 4.8 something 40-yard dash, not afraid to get in the nitty-gritty, not afraid to run down the field, not afraid to take on a guy 50 pounds heavier than him and believe each and every time he's going to win the contact, he's going to dominate. He's going to end up the guy on top. And that's exactly the type of body, but more importantly, the type of mindset that you need right at the front of a scrum in a rugby team. Playing hooker, being the centre, basically playing centre. It's the equivalent of playing centre, but on a rugby team. You don't have pads, you don't have helmets, but I don't think any of that would matter one bit. He's going to have his prop either side of him. He's going to have his locks behind him. flankers, number 8, and then the back line. He's going to do the dirty work up front so that the guys in the backs can get the glory. That's how it works in rugby, and that's how it works in American football. He's the unsung hero, and I can only assume if he transitioned into the game of rugby, he'd be the unsung hero of the rugby team too. But the most exciting part is that he would get the opportunity to run with the ball sometimes. So you see him, run down the field and initiate blocks for his running back. Well, can you imagine Kelce being the one with the ball? I can. And that's the beauty of rugby. You put in hits on defense, but also you get the opportunity to run on attack. And come to think of it, hooker is a pretty dynamic position these days. They aren't just in the scrum. They aren't just affecting tackles. You can find a hooker out in the wing at some points. Just think Dane Coles. Just think Cody Taylor. A hooker is a dynamic position, but it is indeed the center of the front row of the scrum. And, we can only dream. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. In the next one, we look at Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, we know Jalen. He's slipped down the list somewhat. But he's still going to talk his fair share of shit. Either way, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.